Yeah, actually, if you can put that thing away for like a whole week, I will buy you a new screen.
Like starting now?
Starting now.
Okay.
Okay.
You got a deal.
You're waiting like a doggy at the door. You're waiting for one person, preferably more, to interact, to slide up, to double tap, to acknowledge and adore you. But I am done. Finished. No more Instagram, no more TikTok, no more. Because well, these are pretty hilarious.
Okay, I threw the phaser down the hole.
Do you want the ball?
Mr. Limbani, Mr. Fufu.
You're scary. Stop being wretched. I ran the streets since I was young. Please kill me.
Addiction to heroin, addiction crack cocaine, addiction methamphetamines, addiction fast food, addiction sex, addiction porn, addiction social media. Addiction social media? No, that doesn't make sense. I get to see celebrities, micro and macro, even my best friends, who they're with, what they're doing, all through a glamorizing filter that they'd want to be seen in. How could that be addicting? It couldn't, right? It could only help you reach a well-being that was far better than your shitty life. Because your life sucks, doesn't it? You just got into a fight with mom, preferably dad, and doom scrolling on your phone's not helping much either. And to top it all off, Miss Popular is at a party right now, faded in the hoe. And so you ask yourself, how is this fair? How is any of this fair? And it should stop right there. But the next day you come back, and this time you post something so damn fly, it's hard to imagine that anyone gave birth to you. And so you take it in, the respect, the adoration. You're on top of the world. Your digital footprint, it's fucking gigantic. And you think to yourself, why don't I do this more often?
First thing I do when I wake up is like go on Instagram and like scroll. Social media gives you like this rush kind of at first, and you're like, oh, like all these new things. You actually like get to see posts of your friends, like pictures of them hanging out. This person posted last night, like this person posted.
And those are really the instances where I find myself just doom scrolling, quote unquote friends that I kind of know that are doing activities without me, and I kind of feel left out.
Yes, I 100% get that too.
Like a negative feedback loop, you just keep doing it.
I knew that it wasn't me. Like, this is not who I am. I don't want to be like this, and I don't want to feel compelled to feel like this. And so I just thought the best thing to do was just get away from it all. In order to beat addiction, you must first work out your intent. When you reach this level of detoxing, it feels like social media never ever affected your life.
My friends told me a story where they were at the beach.
And we were just like chilling.
They were at the beach and they were sitting watching these kids by the ocean.
There's two of them. Only one of them has a phone. And they're just like on TikTok, walking along the beach, like watching TikToks. And they come across the like Baby Shark song and they're like, we need to make a video.
They did it. They recorded it and they ran back to the phone and they watched it.
And then the clip would end and then the other girl would come over and look at it and be like, no, we gotta retake it.
So they put it back. They do it again and they go back to the phone. And like, this isn't good enough. We have to keep doing it. We have to do it over and over.
I'm in a social setting and having anxiety for whatever reason, and going on social media like makes me feel better.
Your boredom goes up, you have this like feeling of the fear of missing out. Your anxiety kind of increases because you're not relating to people as much anymore.
There's this like want there, right, to be acknowledged and let people know that you exist.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like social media goes, I think a lot of people put up superficial version of themselves.
Like we're always just comparing ourselves to something I guess we don't have, or something that looks greater.
Thank you. Oh, come on.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Do I have a lot of friends?
Contrary to common belief,
Like those kids are gonna be so fucked up. Like their brains are gonna be so fried.
Huxley and Orwell did not prophesy the same thing.
I have lost a lot of friends.
Orwell warns that we will become overwhelmed by an externally imposed oppression.
When 14-year-old girls are seeing what they should look like, what they should be doing, how they should live their life.
But in Huxley's vision, people will come to love their oppression, to adore the technologies that undo their capacities to think.
And God forbid they look in the mirror and they're not any one of those things. It really destroys their sense of worth and their identity.
Orwell feared that what we fear will ruin us. Huxley feared that what we desire will ruin us.
I tell myself this, like, I'm never doing that again. Like, that was the last time I'm doing this. I'm never doing it again. And then, like, some time goes by where that attitude really slowly fades away, where it's like, well, it's not that bad. Like, everyone has Instagram, like, whatever. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And then you, like, fall back into the pattern again.
Social media makes us more vulnerable.
Dopamine chasing creatures.
And it's an attention casino, right? The house always wins.
It creates a society that doesn't think, that doesn't create, that just is sitting there enjoying itself.
Local police departments are trying different tactics when it comes to cracking down on drivers who just can't put down their phone.
What are all those touchscreens doing, all those growing little brains?
So if you never learn that skill because you're constantly pacified with an iPad, you're not learning the skill of coming down from a tantrum.
Exactly. You're matching the brain of a child up against a company whose whole job and whose whole algorithm is to make you addicted.
The grown-ups call their names and see how readily they respond.
Salty, can you hear me?
No.
I'm sure you're like, Jesse, why so serious? Where are the jokes? We're living in it.
That was 4.6 once.
You, me, that spree driver, we're all punking ourselves.
It turned out a lot of my friends didn't care for honesty.
And that's why when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going cold turkey.
Treated me like I had taken a shit at their breakfast table.
No more social media for me. Okay.
Shedding those fuckers, it was like taking off tight shoes. Maybe you should try it.